Hi everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and today I'm going to bring you another live paper crafting class. It is, what day is it today? Wednesday, October 2nd, 2019, and I am live at 11 a.m. Central Time on Facebook on my Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel page. So there's my page name if you need to find me. Anyways, I'm so excited to be with you today. I have a fun fold card again. I know, I love fun folds, okay? I'm so sorry. I find one and I have to do it. That's me, I guess. Anyways, I hope that we have some people live with us today. I'm trying to figure out if I'm at the right place. Awesome. I see Irene saying hello. Hi, Irene from California. Awesome. Okay, I'm in the right place. And there's Kathy and Vicky. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take off some of these little overlays there and set up my computer because we have a very, very fun thing to share today. It's a little mini version of the card that I made for the October Stampin Anonymous tutorial bundle. Now, every month, myself and me and 5 other demonstrators, we get together and we create some projects and then we share them in a tutorial bundle, which you can get for free. And all you need to do is just place an order through one of us and we send it to you for that month. Hi everyone, I love the hellos. This is so awesome. Deb Ford's with us and Karen Milner. Awesome, you guys. It's good to see familiar names and pop up. On my little comment thing, I have to tell you, I can't see your little profile pictures, and so it's fun when I go back and read comments later. It's fun to see what profile picture you associate with your name. Some of you do your photo, which most of us do, right? And then some of you do like a little something that kind of tells something about you. It might be your cat or whatever, but like Kay does her cat, and her cat is the same cat as my cat, basically, so it's kind of fun to see Kay's name pop up. Hi, Kay. Anyways, good to see your names. And so today with this corner, it's called a corner twist card. At least that's what I'm calling it. It's kind of half the version of the card that I'm doing for the tutorial. Now, along with that project that I'm going to share with you today, by the way, I have 3 versions of it plus a version that I'm using with some other products. I have some new products to share with you. So I want to get into this. I do want to talk about comments though, because comments lead to prize drawing. So if you do leave a comment like a hello, like Tiffany Pike is commenting right now, and she commented that she shared. So if you share this, you want to mention that you share the video. You can leave a little cat picture like Kay just did. You can basically leave any kind of comment so that you get entered. And then at the end of the broadcast, I draw a winner. And then the next time I broadcast, I draw a second winner. So you can you can be at work right now and then watch the video later on, the recorded version of this, or you can watch it a week from now and you can still get entered into the second prize drawing. So everybody gets a chance if they show up at some point, right? The other thing that I wanted to mention is that if you live outside the US, I can't send you product for your prize, but I can send you a card. And I can send you one of these cards if you're the winner. So, yay! Oh, it's raining in New York. Oh, bummer. You know what? It's raining here too. It's been raining a lot lately. We have had very wet grounds in our house, so I'm hesitant about letting my cat out, but if we leave him in the garage for a while, he cleans himself up and he's good to go. Okay, let's get the computer set up. I want to share with you the supplies, and then you can take a screenshot of this. You can see we're going to be using the Let It Snow suite. I do want to mention that if you get the Snowman stamp set, the Snowman season stamp set, and the Builder Punch at the same time, you can save 10% when you bundle those items. You can also get the whole suite. I didn't mention that here, but if you're in love with a lot of the suite products that I share with you today, you can order just with one order number. It's a really nice thing to do. It saves on time, doesn't it? We'll also be using the black Memento ink pad and a couple blends markers. And then you can see we've got some fun sequins that we're going to add. And then our tools, we have the paper trimmer, paper snips, take your pick tool, bone folder, And then our adhesives are down there. I also mentioned the blocks because I remember one time somebody said, oh, it's so nice that you shared what size blocks you used. So I thought I'd add those in there. I'm not very good at remembering all my details, but I also wrote down sticky note, which is AKA post-it note, depends on what brand you have. But you want to have like a little sticky note for the punching part for a hat. You can see the measurements over here on the side. This is where we're going to do the corner fold. Now when you're looking at your half sheet of cardstock, we're going to hold it vertically and do a little mark along the left-hand side, and then we're going to score a diagonal fold from that mark to a corner. So, and then you can see all the other pieces are here. The Let It Snow designer paper, I do want to mention too that the top piece is going, this one right here, the 3x3, the top piece of the card, it has to be able to be turned 45 degrees. And then the that same one that I'm using, which with the hats in it, we're also going to punch a piece from that. So, okay, let's go to my desktop here. So you can, oops, gotta hang on. We got to put me in there. There we go. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you before we start. Purple Posy, that lovely color of purple, now is available in the ink pad. So those of you that have been patiently waiting, some demonstrators were able to get this stuff early when we had pre-order, but then Stampin' Up! And a lot of people found that there were issues with the chemical composition of the ink. It was not reacting the same way as the other inks. So they had to go through some rushed changes there. Thank goodness for people who know what they're doing with ink. Anyways, awesome. So that is back. You can order this color now. You can also order the set of 5 ink pads if you'd like to in the new ink colors. And I brought that out because we're going to be showing a sample at the end using Purple Posy. Another thing that is new, here it is. And you can't get it yet, but demonstrators can pre-order this right now, is some really, really fun Christmas products that are going to be made available November 1st. I think it's called Christmas Time Suite. Christmas Time is Here Suite. And you can see here that it comes with designer paper that's 12 by 12. Let me show you. It's got some gold foiling on it. I just got this stuff because I rushed my order. I expedited. So here, we're gonna fan it out. You can already see the gold foiling on some of those roses. So it's got some Christmas roses in it. And look at this, 4 sheets of one pattern. There's the flip side to it. And then here's another one. Very, very pretty. This looks like one of our embossing folders, right? And then here's the flip side. And with this one, this is the gold foiling. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's some gold foiling on there. And here is another pattern. So there's 3 different sheets, 4 of each. The one side of each has some gold foiling on it, and the flip side does not, but they're very rich colors. I want to say it's Mossy Meadow. It looks like Mossy Meadow green, some early espresso in there, and maybe cherry cobbler or Mary Merlot. You know what? Let me look at the package. It always tells us on the package, but it does not this time. Okay, never mind. This time it does not. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay, but we also have some other things that go with it, and I don't have all of them yet. I just got certain things that I wanted right now. I've got some gold. They're glitter enamel dots. They're in gold. I'm so happy for those. And then look at this. It's a shimmer ribbon, and it's in gold. And it's about, yeah, it's a 1/4 inch. So now I'm going to bring you back to the computer because I want to show you that you can actually get other things besides those. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, so take a peek. Those are the things that I just showed you. The gold glitter enamel dots, the shimmer ribbon, Christmas Time is Here paper. And you can also get some dies and a stamp set. So there you go. There's also a gold plated bracelet as well. So if you're interested in that, it doesn't help you craft, but it makes you feel really pretty. That's November. Okay, back to the desktop because this is the most awesome. Look at this. It's here. It's here, it's here, it's here. Woohoo! Okay, I'm gonna zoom in just a tad here. This is the new trimmer. I dropped my blades. Okay, I wrote down some points about it as I was looking at it. First of all, this is something you'll want to do when you first get it, because I thought mine, because they had this on the old trimmer too, I thought mine was having like some kind of deformity. It's got this plastic coating on it to protect it. So you'll want to remove that when you get it, or you can leave it on if you want to until it starts peeling away on its own. But that is to kind of just make it all protected and pretty. Okay, so take that away. Also, there's no locking mechanism up here, but it snaps in place. So you kind of have to lift it with both fingers here, because it snaps in place, and that will help so that when you're traveling and you're holding it this way in your bag, this arm doesn't flop around if you forget. I used to forget to lock mine all the time. And then when I did lock it, like this is the old one here, when I did lock it, I'd be like, why doesn't it open? So it doesn't have the locking mechanism, but it snaps. So that's awesome. It sits lower. It's thinner. See, that little thing just popped open again. It sits lower. So it's a lower profile. The cutting and scoring blades are the same color that we had on the old trimmer. This is the old one, this is the new one. You'll notice that the arm on this one extended to just over 14.5. This one extends to over 17 inches. So you have a longer range for your arm. Let's see here. The base is still at 6 1/4, but you'll want to note that part of that 1/4 inch section is right on the brown part. You're excited to try yours. How did I get it already? Lisa goes, how did I get it already? Well, we could order it yesterday as a demonstrator. Customers can't get it yet, and they haven't set a date for that yet, but demonstrators could order it as of yesterday. So I ordered it before a certain time, and I overnighted it. Okay, I spent too much money, but I wanted to show it. I had to show it to you guys. This side here, it normally went to 1 1/4 inches. This one goes to, and I don't know if you can see it without the arm up, but there's the 1 inch mark. It goes to 1 1/2. So much further on that side, which helps. The measurements are in both imperial and metric for those people who realize that we are getting closer and closer around the world, right? Thank you for sharing the price, you guys. Yes, $25. The depth, let's see here. It still has a depth of 12.5 inches. So from here to the bottom, top to the bottom is 12.5 inches. This ridge doesn't have something beyond it. Now on this one it did, which I thought was helpful a little bit, but it doesn't have that as, let's see here. So here's the ridge, the top and the bottom, and from here to here, it's a 12.5 inch gap, okay? And then the blades, oh, I love this, you guys. Watch. Is the arm thicker so it doesn't bend when pushed on? Oh, that's another thing. I'll tell you in just a minute. So the blades actually just kind of curve out. They curve out. You don't have to lift up the arm on it. They just curve in. There's like a little spot there where you take it in and out, and it's right around that little spot where the measurements are. So you curve up and out, and you don't have to worry about getting your finger underneath. Like on the old one, you'd have to lift up this little arm thing, and you kind of have to shift and get your finger under there to help push it out. Don't have to on this one. So that's really nice. The refills come in a 4-pack. They'll keep you going longer. And then on the bottom, we have 6 foot pads. See, there's little things there. Okay, this one only had 5 because it had this little arm thing in the way. Now the arm thing, I'd always forget to do this, but it has a kickstand. Oh, there it goes. See, I don't even know how to do it. It had a kickstand on it, right? Because this was so high up, it had to have that little kickstand so that it would measure right. I never use the kickstand. I'd always forget about it. And so on this one, you don't have that kickstand. It just pulls straight out and sits flat. And so that's really nice. You don't have that pressure, that pushing that you would have on the other one. There's also no storage on this one, but that allows it to stay lower profile or flatter, okay? I hope that helps. I like how the 5.5 inch goes all the way down on the arm. Yes, oh, that's another thing. Thank you for saying that. So this, when you're measuring out your cardstock, you've got top and bottom measurements in both imperial and metric. Oopsie, let me zoom out here. There you go. And then you've got this measurement right across the middle too, which really helps. I think that's what you're talking about there. So let's start. Let's go ahead and take our thick Whisper White cardstock, and we're gonna lift it up, place it in here. We're gonna cut it at 4¼ inches. So we're looking at these measurements here. I'll zoom in again. All right, so there we go. So here's the 4, and you're gonna go to this 1/4 inch mark. We still have all the marks that we had before, but we also have the metrics, so try not to get confused between the two. I'm gonna push my scoring blade up and out of the way. That's where I like to have it, is up on top. And then I can use these lines along the side to help make sure that I have it nice and straight. And I just slice. Oh, it cuts like butter. It's so nice. Hey, Kayla, thanks for joining. Yeah, you never knew about the kickstand. Karen just said, I never knew about the kickstand. Julie just said that too. I know, it's there, but yeah. I never used it. Maybe that's why you guys didn't know. I'm sure a lot of demonstrators never used it. It was just an extra step, and we like to be quick. So now I've got my cardstock positioned this way, so the 11 inches is this way, and we're gonna score it halfway through at 5.5. And then we're going to take and look at this card. So here's my card. It's got a score line on there. And this is the top. This is the bottom over here, right? Top and bottom. Zoom out again. Top and bottom. And now I want to make a little mark over here so that I have a measurement from here to here and here to here that are the same. So if this measures 4¼ inches, I want this to measure 4¼ inches deep. So I'm just going to set it in here, and I'm going to give it a little tick mark with the point of my take your pick tool here. And let's just go like this. Oops, we're going to have to put it down on this line. There's our line, and there is our mark. So we can just mark it using the ruler on our paper trimmer. And I'm marking it with this because then I don't have to erase it. I do, however, have to use my reading glasses to find that mark. There it is. Okay, so now that I've got my mark in there, I'm going to take that mark and I'm going to take the corner. Oh, and this is another thing I love, you guys. So I've got I'm setting my corner. Can you see that? I'm setting my corner and the little marks that they're lined up in this groove here where the blade runs. And it's a narrower area than it was on the other one. So I feel like it's much easier to see. We're gonna get the cutting blade out of the way, and we're gonna give it a good score. And now we have that diagonal fold there, okay? We have a diagonal crease. So we need that, and we need this. Okay, so we're gonna move this, because we don't need that anymore. And we're gonna bring in all the other pieces that I've already pre-cut. Yay. There we go. Oh, and I want to show you this beautiful paper. Okay, so before we start, this is the paper that I am highlighting for this card. This is our Let It Snow paper. 4 out of the 6 sheets have shimmer on them. Hard to see, I know. We got to get better, Facebook. I figured out that it's a Facebook issue. I've been talking to a lot of people out there in the industry, and they've been telling me that the clarity of the broadcast is not an issue with cameras. So yeah, I was going to buy a whole new camera and everything. Can you see the glimmer? It's kind of on the snow there. Okay, so on this, and this sheet, we have a little bit of glimmer. Then on the flip sides, obviously I love these two, we have some other fun designs. There we go. So you can see what other patterns you can get with that paper. That's the Let It Snow paper, part of the Let It Snow suite. Okay, so we're going to give some good creases to our cardstock base here. And Missy loves the paper. I do too. Okay, so Marsha liked the storage in the old trimmer. You might want to hang on to the old trimmer then, because this one does not come with storage. I never used it. I just did not. Somebody who likes to travel with their stuff, though, it might have come in handy. Maybe that's where you put your scoring and your cutting blades. So, all right, so do you see how I folded this here? Actually, I folded it the wrong direction. Let's go this way. I want to fold it this way instead. You know what? It could go either way because I have a card going the opposite way, I think. So let me refold it here. Giving it a good crease again. Okay, so what I did here is my base. I folded it this way and then I brought this fold up like that. So that's the corner part. The twist is when you open it, okay? Found Facebook downgrades. I'm reading, hang on, I'm gonna read yours, Kayla. Facebook downgrades the quality of photos too. How dare they? They do need to catch up with the times, don't they? Okay, so here's my base. I'm gonna just shift this a little bit more because it's bugging me. I got a little off when I flattened it out. That's the wonderfulness of a bone folder, you guys. Okay, now this paper, my square piece of designer paper is gonna go here. Now we can zoom in. We don't have to worry about a large space anymore. This paper is gonna go here, but you'll notice it has to separate into two pieces. So through the magic of Facebook Lives, we've already cut it into two pieces, okay? Just cut corner to corner because it's a square piece. It's 4x4. It doesn't matter which direction you go. You have little snowmen on the back, so you do have a choice if you want to have your snowmen showing like this. Although I think it got a little busy for the card, so I flipped mine back over. But in order for me to put adhesive on, we're going to keep them face this way so I can slather those little snowmen with some sticky snail. This is snail adhesive. It's the basic adhesive for us to use. I love it, love it, love it. If you have humidity issues, you can always take and use your bone folder for burnishing. Burnishing is a term we give to giving it a little bit of a rub so that you got some heat and pressure to make the adhesive stick better. So we will do that really quickly here so I can show you what that means. You're just going like this, okay? That's burnishing. That helps to really bond that adhesive. Okay, now we've got our top layers here, and these are all square pieces as well. I think before I put those down, because they pop up, I am gonna stamp at the very top. So I'm gonna grab my stamps now. Okay, this is the stamp set we'll be using, Snowman Season. You can see all the cuteness in this set. It is just incredible. I love it. Nancy says, how do you keep your bone folders so white? Well, I have like 12 of them, but I don't rub my bone folder where ink has been fresh, and so for some reason mine have stayed white. I think that's why other people's are colored, is because they go and use them in messy areas. I don't know. I'm just a neat freak. I don't know. Anyways, thanks Nancy for the question. Snowman Season. You can see this little guy here and these arms and this hat. Okay, now watch. That's the punch. It matches. And this guy is supposed to be like the carrot nose, so you can punch all of those shapes out and build your own little snowman. So we're going to use the Let It Snow, and the ink again is the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Okay, Roz loves this suite too. It is a fun one. We're going to stamp this somewhat close to the place where the cardstock is folding, because we don't want it to be up too high. We're going to add a little accent on the I of the word it. Okay, so now that that's stamped, we can go ahead and layer these pieces. This is our 3x3 designer paper. So if you wanted to, you could get 16 cards from one sheet. That's a lot of cards. But hey, people are thinking Christmas cards, aren't you? You guys are, aren't you? We're paper crafters. We are thinking Christmas in July even. This is going to go on here like that. And I think, you know what? I think I'm just going to add it with some tear and tape adhesive, because we have we have a little snowman on the inside that's being popped up on dimensionals. And if you have too many layers of dimensionals, then your card just kind of gets, you know, it requires more postage. It takes up more bulk. So I'm putting a little bit of tear and tape right here, because this is going to be pulled a lot, right? This is the part that you open on the card. And then, depending on how the hat, I want my hats to go this way, I think. Yeah, I want them to go this way. So that's what you want to think about when you are getting ready to put this main piece on the front of your card. Oops, sorry about that. I thought I put my sound down on my computer. When you want this piece on your card, you want to think about the direction. It needs to be able to turn 45 degrees, okay? So this piece is going to turn that way when it's opened. So it's going to start this way and it's going to open that way. And I think I like the hats on this particular piece of designer paper this way to start, okay? So if I want it that way, then this means that I'm going to put adhesive just on the back side of this corner. So I'll put some more tear and tape here and some more tear and tape here, okay? All right, now that I've got those on, I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool again, take off the release paper. Sorry, just trying to catch up on comments, and I thought I read one that I missed it though. I missed it. I'll have to go back and read. I'm really trying hard to keep up with comments, you guys. I really am. Did you notice I'm just starting to reply to last week's? I'm so bad. I'm so bad. But I do read them, I promise you. Okay, so this is going to get centered on here like that. And now you'll notice when this card opens up, it goes like that. So that's why the hats have to twist that way. So this is up and down, this is up and down, but that part has to twist. So now on the inside of our card, and this is the reason why we used Whisper White thick cardstock, is we're going to stamp here as well. And on regular Whisper White, you can kind of see through it. So this Let It Snow is hard to see through here, but on the Whisper White that's regular, you can kind of see it. Yeah, so use thick. Okay, now we're going to stamp our other sentiment on the inside. And I'm going to peek at my other one to make sure I'm doing this right. So this is just going to go right here. And if you want to be able to sign under the inside little verse, you'll want to scoot that up a little bit higher. But in this case, we're going to sign down here instead. Okay, so that's off to the side. Now let's go ahead and put our, let's do this trick. Okay, so we've got our Snowman Punch and we've got some papers that have some fun elements that you can punch out. First of all, you can punch out one of the snowmen or a few of the snowmen from one of the sheets. Let me find that sheet. This one here, okay? You can punch out a few of these larger snowmen here, okay? I think it's just the white ones. Yes, it is. It's just the white ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can punch out 16 altogether out of one pack. That's if you want an already built snowman. But on this sheet, there's a ton of these little hats all over the place. And so I'm going to show you a trick. Now, you could just take and, shimmy it in there. But let's go ahead and cut around the hat, because that way you can use that other blue hat because it's super cute, right? So we're going to just take that hat and we're going to grab a sticky note, which I've already punched a couple times, and we're going to just stick our, I think I want it this way, stick our hat paper on there. Yep. So you can see how that goes in there. So you just kind of manipulate it where you need to go. And this holds on to it. Now, sometimes it's too small of a piece to be able to hold on to it yourself. That's why you have the sticky note there. And then you're just gonna, oops, I gotta turn it towards me, hang on. And then you just line it up in the punch, give it a punch, and your hat has been punched out. So now we have a fun little topper for our snowman that we're gonna stamp. So, are there some questions going on? You're not bad for focusing on what you're doing. We understand. Okay, awesome. I know if I had two people here, one could read the comments, but I don't. So sorry about that. Okay, let's go ahead and take our Post-it note again. We'll just use it since I didn't want to bring out the grid paper today. I felt like it really made everything too bright the last couple times I've stamped in front of you. So we're just going to put some grid paper down here. We're going to stamp this cute little guy here, and we're going to put him in the lower left, and we're going to put this one in the lower right, so that they're pretty close together. And we're going to use the ground kind of as a guide for where the bottom is going to be. So we'll put him right about there. And you can see now why I have the Post-it pad under there. That way I don't ruin my desk. Okay, and then we'll shift it over here and we'll ink up this girl. I don't know if it's a girl. I don't know if it's a guy. They're just cute. That's all I know. I love these little snowmen. Snow people. There's this book that I used to read to my kids when they were little. I can't think of the name of it, but it's about these snowmen playing at night, and they're having a blast, and it's so fun. What do snowmen do at night, or something like that? I don't know. Somebody tell us the title, because I know you know it. This one's going to get stamped onto a scrap piece of Whisper White, and we'll punch it out with our punch. And the narrower the white, the less waste you have, because you can see when we punch this down, those other pieces on the side are also getting punched out. So just put a little narrow piece in there, and then you don't have to use up as much cardstock. So there's that person. We're gonna color. Hey, the Post-it note is great for that too, because we're gonna use some blends now. Let's bring in our blends markers. I know. Yes, who said that? That was Roz? Yes, and Dustin agrees. The snowman right here, this one here, he does look like he's made out of marshmallows. I think a lot of people thought that. His feet are just the right size. They're marshmallow legs. Let's cover the ink pad up. We don't want to make a mess, so we're going to get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'm going to show you some very, very simple ways to add a little bit of dimension, a touch of color to this snowman. This is the ideal color. It is called Pool Party. Pool Party Light, okay? It is one of our blends alcohol-based markers. And you see this shadow that's right under his neck? We're gonna start there, and we're just gonna come down like that. And then we're gonna start right under the neck again and just go across to the side. We have just added a little bit of shadow and depth to our icy snow colored snowball of a body. We're going to do that on both the top and the bottom, and then across his head. You're just giving it a little bit of a icier white look, okay? So that Pool Party color is perfect. It's just the tiniest bit of blue. And then we're going to use the pointed end or the bullet end of our dark pumpkin pie, because we need to make sure that our carrot looks like a carrot. Okay? All right, if we left it white, it would look really, really bad. Carrots are not white. Well, some carrots are different colors, but I don't think they're white, are they? Then don't they look like they're, I don't know, ruined? They're bad if they're white, I think. I don't want to eat a white carrot. All right, I stuck dimensionals on the back of the guy, but I put one beyond the top of his head, and that is because I'm going to add this hat right to the top of his head like that. Okay, so now he's super cute, and he coordinates with the card. The last part, oh, we have two more parts because we have some sequins to add too. Okay, so let's do this next. Let's add our Coastal Cabana piece of cardstock. This is our 3 by 4 1/4 piece to our 3 1/8 by 4 3/8 piece. And this is going to go on the inside of our card right here. And you can see that now we have a place where you can sign the card. I'm going to zoom out a bit so that you can see the whole card. Okay, and then we'll add our snowman. The last step is to add some sequins. And if you've never added sequins before with fine tip glue and our Take Your Pick tool, I'm going to show you that really quickly. I'm just going to add 2 of them. So here's our sequins, and look how pretty they are, you guys. There's iridescent-y, kind of clearish, whitish colors. There's stars in there. There's snowflake shapes. There's circles. And this is your Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to close this end because I poked myself the other day. This end here has a little gummy tip on it, and it helps to pick up sequins. So we're going to take the fine tip glue, and you could do this with the green glue too, which we also call the multi-purpose liquid glue. That's the name of it. We're going to add just a dribble. Let's grab that Post-it note again. Make sure we don't have any bubbles. Okay. I always do that. I first squeeze it out onto something so that as it stays tipped down, it's not going to have that little air. Okay, so we've got that. And now we can take our snowflake and just add it to the hat. And that's so much cuter than the hat was before with just the little dots on it. And then we're going to add a little piece right to the top of the eye. I'm not going to push it down on the other side. I should have done the eye first. Oops. Okay, there's the top of the eye. And let's grab a silver circle. There we go. So there's the little silver circle on the top to dot the eye. And we can just leave it like this because this isn't going to lie all the way flat anyways to dry. So we can set that aside, and our card is just needing to dry, and then it'll be done like this. So here's our finished card. Let it snow. And hang on a minute. Thank you. You have two take your pick tools. Wow, Betty. Okay, here's the cap for the fine tip glue pen. You just have to make sure that little point goes back in. So here are two other versions. I have to cough. This version here is done with a Coastal Cabana base, and it opens the other direction. So that's why I said you can open it either way. So this one just kind of turns that way instead. You can see it's got the same pattern on it, a little less designer paper, lots more blue. I just felt like this area needed to be whiter. I don't know which one I like better, because this one's topped with a snowflake just like his hat was. So there's a little more consistency in there, but it's the same look, right? Okay, we're going to open that up so you can see both the inside and outside. And then this is the first version I made. The first version was done with regular Whisper White cardstock, so you could see through. Can you kind of, maybe you can't, but I can see through from my end. You can actually see the Merry Christmas through there. And I turned it into a Christmas card. The other one you could really send out it for any occasion. But same thing, except on the inside of this one, I put the snowman off to the side because this here is a place where you could put a family photo. So you could have a photo card sent with this cute little look here. I've got it so that the snowman is not adhered to the black paper, okay? Just the dimensionals are just along the left on the back side of his body. So there's that one. Here, we'll leave that one open so you can see the difference there. Okay, I have one more to show you. I have a little tickle. This one is done using the Host stamp set called New Wonders, which I've been dying and dying to use. I love this image right here, and I thought it was perfect for the twisty part of the card. So here we have another version using the Purple Posy ink color, well, the cardstock color at least. I didn't use the ink actually on here at all yet because I haven't gotten my new pad. But I have the blends on there. I have the Pool Party blends for the hair and the paper area. I have Granny Apple Green for the leaves, and then I have Petal Pink for the hearts and her face. So I used 4 different colors of blends. I also put some, and hopefully you can see, there's some Wink of Stella on her. So she sparkles, she glimmers, okay? This one I'm gonna show on my blog and give measurements and product information the following day. So this one I'll post on Saturday. I always try to post it a few days later, so on Saturday. I need water. And this one I'll post on Sunday. So visit my blog this weekend so you can see it. My blog address, again, is stampyourartout.com, in case you don't know. So here we have the glitter, the black glittered organdy ribbon, the stamp set throughout. There's the inside of it. Oh, I'm sorry, here. See, watch. So she's opening the page, and she can twist. She can twist. She can turn that way. It's awesome. And here is the inside. I've embossed that with the Country Floral Embossing Folder. And I had planned to show this a lot earlier in the year because this was a folder that was available during celebration and it came back. So, so we were very excited about that because it's a really deep, it's a 3D embossing folder. And normally you don't emboss the inside of a card, right? You always do the outside. But if you're gonna do the inside and then have a layer on top so that you can write your message, then you just want to make sure that you're using tear and tape adhesive to adhere it flat. Otherwise I'd use dimensionals or glue dots, but snail is not going to hold onto an embossed surface. Tear and tape wheel, that's what I used underneath there. And on this piece, I did pop her up with dimensionals, so she's up a little higher on this layer here. Okay, that's actually one of my, I think that one's my favorite out of all of them. I know, I've been showing my favorite one at the end, so there's that one. Okay, I think I shared everything that I wanted to share with you. We're gonna draw for prizes. Let me set up the computer here so that we can find the video. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over to the desktop here. Hang on. Oops, that's not it. I'm not pushing buttons very correctly today. Okay, that there. Okay, there we go. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so this is my Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel page that you guys are all on. We're gonna go to the videos and we will find our video from last week first, because we're gonna draw from last week's winners first. We'll grab the link to that. We had a lot of comments on that one. I'm still replying to comments on that and on YouTube. You guys liked that one last week, thank you. Okay, and then we'll go to commentpicker.com for those of you that are wanting to demonstrate with Facebook Live videos yourself, and this is a great site. It's got a lot of advertising, as you can see, but it's free. Okay, let's click the little magnifying lens and see how many comments we have that we're going to choose from for our, ooh, 221 of you commented today. Wow. All right, awesome. So here we go. Or that was from last, sorry, that was from last week's. Not today, not today. This is last week's. And the prize from last week was a couple sets of rhinestones. And the winner is Joyce Nails Lodge. And I'm gonna click on her name and hope that it goes straight to where her comment is. If it does not, I apologize, Joyce. Again, let's take a peek at her prize that she got. She got the Noble Peacock rhinestones and the regular rhinestone gems. You can always use rhinestones, right? What is the prize for this time, Rachel? Ooh la la. Well, it relates to this card here. I've got the Country Floral Embossing Folder, and I've got a Wink of Stella, which is what I use to color her hair and put a little sparkle in there, which is really hard to see on camera. Facebook needs to improve there, but she's got a lot of sparkle on her and it looks so pretty in person. So this is the Wink of Stella paintbrush, okay? Let's go back to the computer and let's grab the URL for, oops, let's first refresh, okay? Are you guys ready? We're gonna refresh. Everybody had a chance to get in there. And we're gonna scroll up, grab that link. Hang on, it's still loading. There we go. Grab the link and find out who the winner is for this one. The first winner, right? Woohoo! All right, how many commenters do we have? 118 of you commented today. Thank you for joining. It makes me feel so happy that I've got all these people at my class. It's so fun to teach, so I appreciate you joining in. Susan Monroe, yay, from Connecticut, and she sent me hearts. So awesome, I love it. I love those little emoji things. They're so fun. Okay, so Susan, you are the winner for today, and then next time we will pick a second winner. All right, I'm going to go back over. This is my blog. If you're interested in ordering product, you can go to stampyourartout.com and you can scroll down. You can either click on the Shop Online button or you can click on My Blog, which will take you to where I share this on Saturday. Shop Online just leads you to my store now. If you are a demonstrator or you have a demonstrator already, please shop through that person. And just continue coming to my classes because I love to teach. I'm trying to think of what else I want to tell you before we head on out. Oh, next week I am giving myself a retreat. I am going to try to catch up on scrapbooking, so I am going to be retreating next week, and I've got a ton of things to do. My mom and my sister, we were all going to go on this long weekend away, and my mom had surgery, which some of you know about. She's doing fine, but she can't be around germs. So we had to cancel the girls' weekend away. And so I am replacing that time with some much needed scrapbooking time. I'm going to try to get my work done ahead of time and just be in my moment. and just scrapbook my kids. I am like 3 or 4 years behind on each of them. So next time that I broadcast will be October 16th. That's 2 weeks from now, and that's when we can draw our second winner from the prizes today. Thanks for joining, you guys. Oh, I love it. Who said that? Marilyn. Oh darn, I forgot to comment. I was busy watching. I love it. Thanks, Marilyn. Well, now you've commented, so you're in for the next prize drawing. And I think that's all I wanted to share. Oh, so again, the new trimmer, they don't know when it's going to be available. The Christmas Time is Here Suite, that will be available November 1st to everybody. And Purple Posy ink pad and refill are available now. So if you are interested in those products. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm probably not. So I'm just going to sign off. Thank you all for watching. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.